Today we're looking at Revelation chapter 2, 1 to 17, and there are four churches that Jesus sends messages to through John in this passage, and three of them have a very similar message. So Smyrna, Jesus says to them, be faithful even when you're persecuted. Pergamum, you remain true, but don't be distracted by false teachers. Thyatira, very similar to Pergamum. Don't be put off by this woman Jezebel who's trying to lead everyone astray. Keep faithful. And when we're persecuted for our faith, it is really tough. Now, sometimes Christians think they're being persecuted when actually they're just being idiots. Because I've been stopped on a street by an enthusiastic Christian who's basically shouted in my face and told me I'm going to hell, and then they wonder why people don't like them or shout back at them or swear at them or try and punch them, and they think they're being persecuted, but actually they're just being stupid and they're not being very Christ-like in the way that they're communicating the good news of Jesus. And not that we shouldn't talk about hell and judgment and all of that stuff, but there's a way to do it, but genuine persecution comes when we're faithful to Jesus and we try and imitate Jesus and do the things that he did and follow in his ways, and we do that wisely and in a way that is honouring to Jesus and respectful of other people. Jesus is encouraging all these churches to keep going in spite of persecution and to stay close to him in that. But Ephesus is the interesting one, because Ephesus he has a lot of praise for. Like the other churches, he says, you have persevered and you've done well, and I've seen your hard work and your good deeds. And so it must be a great relief to them to think Jesus has seen our hard work. He'd noticed sometimes we're doing stuff, aren't we? And we think, does anyone actually notice this? But the good news is that Jesus does. Jesus sees all of the good news, all of the good deeds that you do, and he's with you in them. And then it says, yet I hold this against you. that moment, then it's like, what does Jesus hold against me? And he says, you have forsaken your first love. Remember the height from which you have fallen. Repent and do the things you did at first. And Jesus is just saying, it's a plea of love. He's saying, come on, come back to your first love. In all of the doing, you've forgotten the relationship with me. In all of the serving that you've worked so hard at, you've forgotten what it was about. Turn around and do the things you did at first. And maybe for some of us today, we've lost that love for Jesus. In serving him and in trying to do the right thing, we've lost the love that we had for him. Let's repent today and do the things that we did at first, to come back to him, to read the Bible, to pray, to listen to him, to spend time in his presence. Repent and do the things that you did at first.